Shortly after the first of the year, John responded in the early morning hours for a call for service to help the Brunswick Division of Police on a drug-related traffic stop. We serve all the 14 law enforcement agencies in the county as their own drug unit, so to speak. John, as I said before, responded to a call for service. They found some drugs and an individual in a vehicle, and he came out on the roadside with them, started from the ground working the case in collaboration with the Brunswick Division of Police. Just a normal day for John, essentially. You know, he was at the drop of a hat, would do anything for anybody, and was always ready to lend a helping hand. Unfortunately, a couple days later, it was learned that he had started COVID-like symptoms. Went and got tested, and I got notification from him that he did in fact contract COVID. I got a call that he was transported to the hospital via EMS from his residence. Still very upbeat, positive attitude, and he continued to fight, and there was ups and downs, and we were in regular contact with his family, and ultimately on February 6th in 2022, John lost the battle with COVID. So, you know, it was quite a shock to all of us because he was such a fighter and such a determined human. You know, it was a huge loss. John came into law enforcement a little later in life. Before, he ran construction companies. Always liked to build. Was the guy that was the go-to if you were doing any house projects or building anything. And then he got his calling. He got bit by the bug, so to speak, and put himself through the academy a little later in life. At the time of his passing, he was 60 years old and had no signs of slowing down. You know, this was his passion. He would be able to get people to talk to him and open up to him more than anybody I've ever seen in my career. He was very empathetic and caring, but he was also a fantastic listener and a great interviewer. There were instances where small police departments in his area of responsibility would be responding to a domestic violence call. John would hear it on the radio and know that they were the only one out, and he'd radio them and throw his vest on and go back them up on a domestic call. You know, that's just the type of person John was. He was very hands-on and always doing his best to try to help out anybody around him. He helped foster a family-like atmosphere here because he was here for so long as a husband, a father, and a grandfather. Everywhere John went, he was unconditionally loved. And unfortunately, we lost him too soon, you know, but it's very apparent that through the different memorials and even just remembering him, each of the agents here, the community members, you know, his legacy is going to live on because they broke the mold when they made John Stayrook.